Hi everyone, welcome to Tarot Grove. Today I have a very special unboxing for you of the newly released My Friend Fire deck from Mari in the Sky. I'm just gonna take a look at the deck, flip through the cards and share a few thoughts with you. So let's get to it. So here we have My Friend Fire by Mari in the Sky. So it's in a two-part hardcover box. I'm not going to show you the insides of the box because I think Mari's backers haven't yet received their copies. I got mine because I bought a shipment, like a whole palette of decks for the shop that I run, which is called tarotgrove.co.uk. It's a UK based shop that sells tarot, independently produced tarot and oracle decks. And mine came straight from the factory in Hong Kong, I believe. So that's why I have my deck early. And yeah, I don't want to spoil any surprises for any backers. So I will take the cards out of the box. I can show you the outsides of the box. Like every detail is like so beautifully and carefully done. But yeah, as I said, won't show you the inside. Okay, we're back. Before we start, I'm just going to light some candles. I feel like everything that Mari does and creates, she does with intention, so let's do the same. So the deck comes with this little guidebook, which I will read an entry from, like after we've done the flip through. It begins with like a nice little kind of description from Mari about the creative process and why she made the deck, and then also an opening intention. And then we get straight into the meanings for the cards. Here are the backs of the cards. Honestly, this deck is incredibly beautifully made. The version that I'm stocking in the shop is the linen edition, which is what we've got here. I don't know if you're able to see, if it'll catch in the light, but there's like a linen texture. There you go. But it's very high quality linen. It's German black core, so yeah, it will like hold up very well, and it shuffles beautifully. I've already just for a video on Instagram, I had a quick shuffle, and as you can see, also there are these like this kind of beautiful gold stamping on the backs of the cards. I don't know if there's any on the front of the cards. I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, it's just like a very, very well made deck, and you can also see from the side that it's got these lovely shimmery gold edges, which I know that Mari put a lot of effort into getting right, and it's part of the reason that the deck was slightly delayed, because the first round of edging was not quite the right colour. So I'll shuffle this along a little bit, and then we can have a more or less silent flip through. If anything jumps to mind whilst I'm going through the cards, then I might speak, but otherwise I will just let the artwork speak for itself. So you can see here we're starting the deck with some kind of miscellaneous cards. These first 5 cards, I think, are kind of outside of the suits. Otherwise, like the rest of the deck is organized into 5 suits, I believe. So I can see in the guidebook what the names of the suits are, because I know that the last suit is called Transformation. Here we go. The first suit, so I think the Open Clear Beginnings is also kind of outside of the suit structure. Then we have the suit of Listening. Then the suits are Listening, Nourishment, Expansion, Reflection, and Transformation. This is the suit of Listening. Again, like just like with the Gentle Tarot, Mari has really captured nature's voice, I feel. It's such a somehow both peaceful and also very energized deck. It's like, yeah, I guess that's kind of the quality of nature, is that it's both deeply grounding and peaceful, but also full of fire and volcanoes and birth and life. And yeah, I feel that she's really captured that. Here we've moved into the suit of nourishment. Beautiful. I've also got an interview with Mari that'll be coming on the channel quite soon, and I don't know, you so get the sense of who she is as a person is just so well reflected in this deck as well. I mean, it's clearly like a very authentic piece of work, and she told me that it took her 3 years more or less in the making to create this, and I feel like the intention and the care, and also her own process of healing that went into the deck is really, it's really clear. This is not something that's been bashed out in, a few weeks or even a few months. It's something that like requires the wisdom of time to have created. And that was the expansion suit. There we've got the box cover. Keep almost burning myself on these candles. It's like a nice setup in theory, but in practice, maybe not super practical. Okay, the next suit that we're moving on to now is Reflection. Oh, I love this Life Energy card. So cute. Oh, wow. I think there are also a couple of places where there are alternative cards, which I maybe didn't note. This is now into the suit of transformation. Ooh. Wow. Here we go. This is one of the cards where I know that there is an alternate. There we go. So we've got the 2 options for the Rage card, which I think was voted on either in Patreon or the Kickstarter. Yeah, here you can see we've got a kind of very like nature-based erupting volcano expression of rage, versus this, which feels like in a sense much more internal, because we've got the 2 eyes here with like a river of tears coming from each, and then a seed and hands which look like they are grabbing at the seed or reaching for it in some way. Maybe there's some sense of like protecting something really delicate that is emerging. It's like the protective power of rage. Interesting. This was the card that I pulled for the Instagram video. Oh. And yes, pieces are okay. The deck agrees. Absolutely adore that Rise card. Okay, and that's the end of the transformation suit, and then we have one final card, which is Timeless. Beautiful. I'll see if I can find the other cards where there were alternate options. Probably going to be quicker if I do this off camera, but that's how we go. Here we go. So we have two options for play as medicine. In the first one, we can see somebody who seems to be walking away from a tree swing. And here we've got a bear that seems to be doing kick-ups with I think they're salmon berries. Very nice. I'll see if in the guidebook it says anything about the alternates that are given. And then I think there was one more. There we go, yeah. Here we have two options for Fire Within. If you'd rather have something that is like a human representation or an animal representation. It's just, I mean, they both to me give very, very similar energies. I think I have a slight preference for this card. I'm in a very a phase where I feel very connected to body and the way that things show up somatically, and I think that's why I love this deck so much, is that a lot of the images that include human bodies show the feeling in a way that is very embodied and somatic, not just kind of psychological. Yeah, I really appreciate that. It's very much like my sensitivity is, how do I really feel rage or fire or grief in my body? How does it show up? Where does it show up? So that I can turn towards it and tend to it. So yeah, I think I would keep this in the deck. See if there are any other examples of that kind of somatic. Yeah, I mean, here we have One Heartbeat. Again, it's like a very bodily feeling of being connected with and grounded in nature. Have I got any other examples at hand that jump out? Well, here's another. I mean, basically, more or less all of the cards that have bodies. You know, I feel like you can really feel the. Yeah, I don't know. You can really feel the emotion. I can sense this like resistance in this card, especially the like hot hands that are pressing against the earth to push up, in the sense that like whatever was on your back, you have the power to resist and rise despite it. In a way, it feels like a very contrasting energy to this card, which is kind of a self-protection. And, you know, we need both. There are times where we have to curl up, hermit, and recharge and draw boundaries and care and nurture ourselves. And there are other times when we need to use that fiery energy to take up more space, to rise, to push back. And it's just magic that she's been able to capture those feelings so vividly in the imagery. So now we've had a flip through, I will shuffle the deck. I will attempt to do it without burning myself and or setting fire to the deck. That would be like moving my cloth. Not the best omen. I feel, setting fire to the My Friend Fire deck, although maybe an appropriate ritual. Yeah, I feel like I need to do some kind of ritual to connect to the deck that includes the fire. Just not quite sure what yet. Okay, I'll show you also that the deck shuffles really, really nicely. I corner shuffle, but it also, yeah, this is going to require me moving the candles. This is the way that I shuffle, which you can see like a really nice even split, and also I tried earlier, shuffles beautifully this way. Again, very nice, nice shuffle. Oh, I'm gonna fluff in it. So let's draw a card. What does this deck have to teach me and anybody watching? I feel like this card wanted to come out. Yeah, a big part of fire and energy and of tapping into boundary drawing and tapping into our inner fire is about vocalization. I personally have definitely a kind of block in my throat. I find it very hard to say no, to voice my opinions, and I know that what I have to do is like draw the fire from my belly and let it move through my voice. That's really hard sometimes. So I personally resonate a lot with that card. It's definitely a challenge that I'm taking up at the moment. I'll read you the entry from the guidebook. This card, and you can see also there's a full page image as well. This card is a reminder that you are worthy of your voice and everything you want to express. The magic here is, by releasing, you heal yourself and the world around you. There is nothing more potent than your truth. You change the cells in your body, you affect the energy between you and others, and your vibration adds its unique color to humanity. Now more than ever, your vocalization is needed, in whatever form feels good to you. The most important thing is that you are open, release, and use the magic within. Words are sacred. Song heals. If we want to birth a new world, within ourselves and beyond, we must be open to imagining it and speaking up about it. So, yeah, I definitely needed to hear that. It's like an interesting thing starting to have a bit of a platform, albeit a very tiny one right now, where I share about tarot, but I also share about the world and the world I want to see and justices and injustices. I share, or I hope to be open about my own struggles and my own healing, and that feels really scary. There's a big part of me that kind of wants to like retract and for whatever's coming out here to be able to go back in and hide, but just like a toothpaste tube, once you've said it, you can't really unsay it. You know, once you've found your authentic voice, yeah, it's like something bigger is calling you to stay in that energy and to keep vocalizing and feel the power of having spoken your truth. So, thank you, Mari, for that message, for creating this absolutely beautiful deck. Yeah, I am really excited to get to know it. I think I will probably pull a card a day for a while and just see how I connect to the deck and see what kind, like what the voice of the deck feels like. Yeah, so there we have it. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.